and I was in like a really dark place. I don't want to go into detail, but if you were at the help hour, then you know what I'm talking about. I was in a really dark place, but I just want to say thank you to God for allowing me to come back, and I'm not in that dark place anymore. I also want to thank God for all the people around me, because without all of you, I don't think I would have stepped out of that dark place. I feel like I would still be in that dark place. And I also want to thank God for the life, especially of my brother, even though he's not here. I just want to thank God for his life, because especially without him, I would definitely still be in that dark place. But you know.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So like last year when I came to camp, I didn't know anything, like no verses in the Bible. I just praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So last year when I came for camp, I didn't know any verses in the Bible. I just had to start reading them. But then camp is a place where you come closer to God. This year, when I was in Nigeria, and then I heard that there wasn't going to be any camp, I was like, oh Lord, what's this? So then I got to London, I asked my auntie, and I said, auntie said camp. She was like, I don't think so. But then I went to church, and then I asked the aunties in church that is that camp. They said, you better get ready for camp this year. And I was happy, and I thank the Lord that, oh, there's camp this year. So like, my life has changed a lot since on the first day of August. I didn't know that was the day. It was like 12 o'clock. So I saw my mom praying. I was like, Mom, what are you praying for? She's like, don't you know today's your prayer? I already prayed, and then I already went before I wanted to go to bed. So then I went back, I went down my knees. And I said, oh God. She's like, get back to bed, you pray too much. And then I was like, that's actually a very good thing, Mom. But then she sent me back to bed anyway. But I feel like if it's 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock, I didn't pray to God, I'll wake up, get on my knees and be like, oh Lord, I'm sorry for not praying to you, because I feel like that's the way I can talk to him. That's the only way I can talk to him, through prayer, through a connection. Yeah, thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you for asking for this week. So, not many people know, but I've got my house now. And I just... because basically the process was really long. Like it took me on and like tried to basically like call me a liar, and like basically like it got to the point where they tried to, it was just mad how it all happened anyway. So I just want to thank God over that, because sometimes anyone who knows me, sometimes like if I can't bother, I can't bother. Like sometimes I have really non-challenging attitude. So I want to, sometimes. So I just want to thank God over my mum and my sister's life, and as well as Dan, Dare, Sister Yemi, and Shegel, especially the Dohertys as well, because like sometimes when you're faced with problems, it's like your community that kind of really push you. Not that everyone, but it's just certain people in my life that God put really in my life. And make God accept.
Amen.
It's my house, it's my brain.
Praise God! Praise God! Praise God!
Hallelujah.
Basically, I just want to thank God, because last year when I came to camp, I was, like Peter said, I was in a really dark place. I remember leading prayers, and I was saying the prayers, and I was looking at people, and I'm like, I'm leading prayers, and people are praying more than me. I felt like I couldn't connect to God. I thank God because from last year He's been doing restoration in my life, in the life of my siblings and my dad. I did say that during the help hour that what did I say? Unlearning abuse means unlearning the survival tactics that you have learned to go through that. And I thank God because I feel like He's taken me through like a remolding season.
Thank you, Lord.
Okay, so I have to cut this really short, but I went through like I studied criminology, and obviously I started when did I go to? 2010, and I graduated 2017. And the course is 3 years, so I had like, obviously everyone's path is different, but I went through things. At one point, I didn't even care about going back to uni. I was just like, oh, whatever, I'll just like make money. And I remember there was a camp, that wasn't even one of my prayer points. And the prophetess that was there, I remember prophetess Andy Dupe, she said, Yemi, there's a gate before you. And she's looking at me like, why don't I go through the gate? So like when I got back home, I knew what that meant, that you got some work to do, babe, like come on. So I did everything within my power to be able to go back to uni. And I thank God because He made that possible for me. I thank God for the fact that I graduated. But the main thing was, even before I graduated, I already had a professional job already lined up. But the thing about it, that professional job was taking long. I was like, what are these people doing? Like, this is my life you're playing with. And I thank God, I remember I was going to text Auntie Bunker on Saturday that I'm not coming to camp anymore. Like, I already made it on my, the power was feeling last week that I'm not coming to camp. But then she spoke to me, and I said when she was speaking to me that, God, if you can do this thing, if these job people can get back to me and tell me that I'm going to start at this certain time, that I will come and give you thanks. And I gave God the day like before Thursday. And then yesterday I checked my email, and I'm like, so I just want to thank God for that. And I'm just making a point of an encouragement to you that when you come to camp, come with expectancy.
Yes.
I want you to know that you're coming before the King of Kings, and His word says that His ear is not deaf to hear you, neither is His hand too short to deliver you. So come with expectancy. And I'm not saying you should give God a time frame, because I'm always giving Him time frames like, okay, you've got to do this by this time. But give Him like, okay, you've done this for people, like when are you going to do mine? So I just want you to tap into that. I pray that God continues to move in my life, and in the life of my family, in the life of everyone. In Jesus' name, may God accept my thanks.
If I didn't come out, I would actually be ungrateful. But last year, February, I took a leave and decided that I no longer wanted to work where I was working. So I put it before God and kind of said, direct me. So I don't like standing in front of people. But it's funny when I But so I started my journey in September. My PGCE, so that's my teaching course. And it was a really rough year. There's people that make you want to quit.
Queen B!
Girl that she would make you want to quit. But I said to God that if this is really for me, like take me through it. Like every day through placement, I was like, Lord, just make it easier for me. And I managed to get through that placement. And when I got to my second one, I said, please Lord, one, don't pair me with this girl again. But two, make it easier for me. And God made it easier, and I managed to get through my year. And I actually started applying for those really late, because most teachers really apply around February half term. And I kept pushing it, and I literally didn't apply until end of June. And bearing in mind, the school year finished in July. So the first one I actually applied for, literally within a day, I got an interview. Thank you, Jesus. I literally had like over the weekend to put a lesson together, prepare for the interview, and also went in. It was even like so unprepared because I prepared it and then the system that the school uses wasn't compatible with what I had planned. So I was like, how am I going to improvise this now to make it work? And I made it work. And literally in 10 minutes I had to stop the lesson. And the head teacher was like, we would want you to take the job. Because interviews are just like the worst thing to do. I'm just glad that the first one that I applied for was the first interview I got and the job that I got. I'm just grateful for, especially my brother and sister, for their support throughout the whole year.
Hallelujah.
Hey, I'm not doing quite emotional, but I thank God for everyone's testimony, and I pray that God will continue to bless you and strengthen you. So, I'm 23. Yeah, you are. Primary school, secondary school, college. So, I went to uni in 2013. Yeah, so going to uni, I kind of knew what I was doing, kind of knew what kind of career I want to go into, but I feel like at 18 I was sure, but I had some habits that weren't really beneficial for me. Just to keep it short, so first year uni, first year I did it, I had to like retake something, I was like, okay, I just need to concentrate, this is really cool. Second year, more referrals. I was like, okay, what am I doing? Maybe I'm a bit lazy. Bear in mind, I was a bit lazy. And it's not like I didn't read it. I just didn't take it seriously. And I feel like I just got distracted. I'm the kind of person who's rather you play or you read your book. And with me, I think I was like trying to do both at the same time. And it's just that when I was doing my work, I'll do it half-hearted. I don't know if you've seen that meme that, when you submit a work, you're happy, when you submit your work, you don't really care, like, you're just happy that you just submit it. I don't know if you've seen the meme, but it's quite funny. But that was me, like, the majority of the time. So second year, I passed. Second year, I had to retake some units, and then I had to redo my second year. Gosh, and like, I went through like so much emotions. Like, I went through betrayal, I was depressed, I was suicidal. I didn't know how to take rejection at all. Like, anytime if I failed, I'm like, yeah, it's time to end of my life right now. I was so, oh gosh. I was in a really...
You're doing the job, man.
So yeah, that's why and there was a time that I lost my relationship with all for like a good year or so, like I didn't go to church. At the time I didn't come to camp as well, I just got so distracted. So third year came, then I had to redo all of my units, cool. And then I was like in uni for like part-time. And then I was just working. Then I didn't really take uni serious. I didn't care about uni so much, only because I was kept on feeling so much. But I thank God, because today I can stand as a graduate. Revival service, I remember it was called. I was like, God, if I get anything less than a 2-2, I'm not going to my graduation. If I get, I was like, okay, God, I need a high 2-1. Yeah. I got it. So, because I was in uni for part-time, so I was working in a school, and my contract ended in July. I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I need money. Like, so much is going right now, so much is going on, and I was internet until I was like, I don't think I'll be able to come to camp because I had no money, etc. And I was just applying for jobs, and then, last week, Tuesday, I went for an interview. And I don't know, I had faith. I had faith. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get this job. I was like, cool. And yeah, I basically got it. So.
JP, you know.
So, I don't really have any messages right now, but I'm grateful to be here. And my testimony is basically, my mum and dad my dad has been in this country for like 20 years now, and my mum's been here for like 18, and they haven't really stepped out of this country due to some reasons. But I was just want to like thank God because last week they flew to Canada. Like, I thank God that they were able to like have like relaxation, do you know what I mean, somewhere else, because it's been really stressful in this country, to be honest. And I'm just thank God that they went there safely, came back, and they came back with so much joy as well to like meet family and stuff after so many years. So I'm grateful that God did that for them. I'm also thanking God in advance as well, because I know that great things are coming. And I also want to thank God for my life as well, because I want to thank God for all the friends that I have and all the friends that He has allowed me to drop. So, like, because I'm the type of person that I like to hang on to people a lot. So I don't like when people don't like to be around me. You know what I mean? And I realized that God just wanted me to know that find yourself first, to be honest. And I thank God He has given me the way to do that. So yeah, and I thank God for being here tonight. Because all of you guys are amazing.
So basically, last year I was diagnosed with something, and it was really hard for me because it means that I had to keep coming to the hospital over and over.
Come on this bed. Come on this bed. Don't cry yet.
Based on dosage and over and over again, and it was really hard, and I was in so much pain, and even a slight headache, I mean, I have to come in for a scan. And I just want to thank God because, like, for the past few, you know, for few, like, in the later stages, it was much easier to deal with. Like, I didn't have to come in as often as I did. And it's been much easier. I haven't got that much pain, and you know, it's just much easier now. And I want to thank God for everything, and you know, for my mom and my sister, and just everything. Honestly, that next
Basically, I started college in 2016, and so obviously the subject I wanted to do, like the subject I done in college is quite, you know, intense. I done A-level maths and business, and with the subject, like with what I wanted to do in uni, accounting, they said that for like my A-level maths I need like a minimum of a B, like a really high B to, you know, get into like the uni. And like today I got my results, and like obviously I got into the uni, and I went obviously I must have got a minimum of a B to be able to get in. And I just want to thank God that I done it, because maths is not easy sometimes. And I just want to thank God that I done it and I'm going to uni. DJ,
Oh, it's always a little bit daunting having to come and tell people about your life, isn't it? But so two things really quickly. You guys might have remembered my testimony from last year where I gave you all a bit of an insight into my life. One thing I didn't tell you was that obviously I came here and whatnot. I have two siblings that are in Nigeria, and they're both younger than me, and I wasn't able to see them since
So my little brother, and the last time I saw him, he was 4 years old. But God gave me the grace to be able to see him this year, and he's on his 18th birthday. Wow. Not only that, but God obviously granted me such an amazing job, and it's been so good to the fact that I've been able to provide for my own parents to go and see their children that they haven't seen in 14 years. So it's just been amazing, and I just really thank God, because if you guys or anyone told me that I would be where I am right now, I would have looked at you like, just get out, do you know what I mean? But it's just been so amazing, and I just thank God for being so faithful in my life and being faithful in the life of my family, and it's just been amazing. And also, another thing, so earlier on at the start of the year, I didn't really tell anyone, but I basically nearly died. So I had literally just left work, and I remember it was the day before Lent, and I had my headphones on and I was listening to gospel music, and I was thinking, okay, cool, I'm gonna start fasting tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And as this road was clear, the cars had stopped, right? Cars had stopped on this side. I stepped into the road and I was hit by a bus. Jesus. And I literally flew across the road, completely flew. And if you guys want to see, I've got a picture of the windscreen of the bus completely shattered and smashed. And it was like, it's not the first time something like that has happened to me. I was in hospital for a month when I was 12 because I was run over. So it's like...
Okay, yeah, fast. Quick.
She wants to say something.
But why the pause though? Come straight away. Yeah, come here. We are doing this. Come. Hallelujah.
I just want to thank God for my life, thank God for everything He's done for me. I remember like when I was younger, there was this incident that there was like, I lived in Nigeria for like 12 years, but then during that time, I remember one time there was like, see when it's like, ole. Then I was outside, I was trying to do my hair late at night, but then I was trying to run, but then they closed my hands on, there's like a gate, but then my hand was stuck in the middle. But then I knew when that happened, I couldn't feel the pain. Like I didn't know how. But then I saw them, they were running they were running. Then after that, they opened the gate and I felt the pain. But I thank God because at that moment, if I screamed, they would have known that someone is there. They would have done something bad to me. I just thank God because He rescued me. And also recently, I was on my way to somewhere. Then I was really angry that day. I was just thinking about everything in my life. Like, why is everything always going like that? But then I was about to, there was this road. It's a small road. It was just like a one way. But then the cars there, they wasn't even like coming through. But then I was just looking down the road and just looking at different houses and stuff. Then as I was doing, then I just heard someone say, watch out. I didn't know it was talking to me, I was just doing it. Then after, I just stopped, then I just looked at the guy. And I went and watch out. Then immediately, like, if I took one more step, there was this black car. It was just running through. Like, if I took that one step, I knew that it could have hit me or something. But I just thank God because He rescued me at that time. Thank you very much.
I came to this country on the 26th of February 2003, and then basically, it was hard for me, it was hard for me because that I didn't have my papers, and basically I felt like that I was wanting my papers. I'm very positive, and then one of the people just saying that you need to do your identity card, and then I found
record yet, so last week I recorded.
So, like a couple months from like last year, I broke my leg.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened was, I was trespassing and I went on the wall. There was like 10 people, and one of the security people were there, and I jumped off, and then my leg snapped in half. It's even cool. So, and yeah, so then I was stuck. I was by myself. I was stuck with a broken leg. So, and my friend died. So what I had to do was, I had to like crawl out of a broken leg to get to like the road. It was really painful. Like, it was really painful, and then like I'm accident prone. Like I hurt myself all the time, but so it didn't hurt actually. Like it was painful, but you didn't feel it. When it first snapped, it just felt uncomfortable. Like felt like someone was like. The best way I can describe it, it felt like someone was sitting on my leg. It was really fat, just sitting on my leg. That's the best way I can describe it. And then like basically, after someone after I went into the road, a van came and stopped. I didn't go into like the middle. I went on the curb, and then someone stopped, and they were like, "Are you okay?" And then what I did, I lifted up my leg, and my leg was like dangling, it was dangling. It was disgusting. And then once I did that, my bone tore my skin. Long story short, let's not get into the gory stuff. I made it to the hospital and they ring my mom, and yeah, so basically half my family came. And then they said that the cast was gonna have to be up to my hip, and my mom was not happy. My mom was not happy about that. She started crying too, because like she was there in the middle of work, and then they called her that and snapped my leg off. So after they said I needed surgery to get like a plastic or like a metal thing on my leg. So if I needed that, I would be walking like really weirdly, like I'll be limping a lot, and I'll be like for the rest of my life. So I thank God because I didn't have to have surgery. Surgery actually, I just had a cast leg every time, and then like I had a boot, and people in my store were calling me bootleg and stuff like that. So yeah, but I thank God because without God, I would still be like walking really badly. So yeah, I would have like a wood leg. So this part of my leg would be cut off.
I just want to thank God because before the end of the school year, I went on a school trip and I went to the museum and I came home, everything was normal. And then I went downstairs to the living room and I was watching the news with my dad, and I found out the museum that I went to. I found out the museum I went to, someone was planning to bomb it. But then the devil's plan failed. I was caught this morning and nothing bad happened to me. I went safely and came back safely.
Hallelujah.
Use my garlic, right?
3 weeks ago, I was at the debt for my pass out. No, it's like this. It's what you do after you've done a year of the debt. And we were training, and I collapsed. And sorry, it was something serious. And my mum is not exact. She doesn't know how to. My mum's quite emotional. And when they called the ambulance, they were like, oh, something's wrong with my heart. And I had to go to the cardiologist the next day. And I thank God that when I went to the cardiologist, everything was fine. And I thank, because like, a lot of people collapse and they die through that way. And I thank God that I didn't collapse and die.
Thank you. I think it was like last year. I was playing after church. We went to the park, and then when I was on the playing frame of the monkey bars, I slipped and fell and broke my elbow. And I couldn't move, and I was just shouting Jesus, Jesus in the middle of the park. And then my mum came and she said, what's wrong? And I said, I slipped and broke my arm. And then she said, try moving it. And I said, I can't. And all around swollen. So then when she called the ambulance, it came. And then when I tried to stand up, I couldn't stand up because I couldn't stand up. And they had to put a cast on my arm. And then the next day, what was it? I went to the hospital. They said that I fractured my arm. Fractured there. So they put a type of bandage onto my arm. I couldn't move it for like a week. And then the next day, when I wanted to cut off my arm, I could move my arm.
I just want to say thank you to God because as I feel remember that I also remember that God has been really true to me this year. Last year in November I was looking for a job because there's a lot that was ahead of us during the year, and I said to God that God, I need something that was going to pay a lot more than I was earning then. I wasn't earning bad, but I needed something a lot more. And when I say to you guys that when you go for an interview, and it wasn't an interview, like it was just chit chat. This guy saw my CV. I don't remember applying for the job, but he said he saw it online, and he called me in. I remember seeing Tumishe that day, and I said to her that they had to make up a job for me. Literally, he made up a job for me, and I met his manager, and in the time after that, they had changed the role and upgraded it, and then I met the select manager, and it was just like, when you know that God is working, God is truly working. And then obviously with something good comes challenges, but God enabled me to overcome that challenge. But I wanted to thank God mostly for the last month that has been going, because I was given 2 weeks notice to find a place. Imagine being homeless, guys, it's not the best thing. I was given 2 weeks notice to find a place. My 2 weeks was up, and I just give thanks to God for putting a friend in my life to take me in. That I was on the best terms on to forget, and I didn't want to tell her that I didn't want to come to camp because I didn't have a place to stay. But I said to God, I was speaking to my mom last week, and I went to the place on Friday, and by Friday the guy had called me that and on Monday, obviously we don't have service, and they had been trying to ring me to tell me that my references and everything had come through, and now it's just to get a moving date when I come back. So I just want to say thank you to God.
Very good. Very good.
So basically, I'm going to uni in September. There's a funny thing about my school. So in school / college, I was the jokey kid that I just always tried to make jokes in class. I never really paid attention. And when people tell you you can't do something, and they'll make you think, oh, I actually can't do it. And many of my teachers, the teachers that I didn't like, obviously, they would tell me, oh, I don't think you're going to see uni, things like that. And I don't hate them for it. Actually, I thank them for it because they gave me the drive to actually work harder. So, yeah, so I'm going to uni. But I want to thank a couple of people in this room. I thank everyone here today. But I want to give a special thanks to Auntie Funke. For some of you that didn't know, I stopped going to church because I don't know why. I was just avoiding church and I'll be working this Sunday. But like it was like constantly every month I'll get a text from Auntie Funke saying, "Dan, please come to church," or "Dan, are you okay? Just checking up on you." And you know when someone checks up on you, it makes you feel like you're wanted. So I just want to thank Auntie Funke. She's running away. Anyways, secondly, I want to thank Brother Omar because I don't think you realise how many lives you touch, and you actually touched my life as well. I'm not going to go into detail, but yeah. And lastly, I want to thank Tumishe. Because if he was going to help out, you'd know. There was a time in my this year, yeah, it was the worst day of my life, and there was one person I could call, and it was her and her family. So I'm eternally grateful. And Tumishe, look at me, please. I thank you so much. I love you so much. Thank you. And lastly, I just want to thank God because I tried to avoid him, and he wouldn't let me go. So God be the glory, man. Thank you.
Praise God. And thank God for bringing someone to help me, and that person was Brother Wally. The person God gave me a message that my gift is like dreaming, like if I have a dream or like come to pass, stuff like that. And I stopped dreaming for some reason, like because of my sin. Like I used to sin a lot. So I told Brother Wally, and he told me that if I go to sleep, I should read Psalm 19. And I read it yesterday, and that's when I had the dream, and that dream was a warning for me. So I'm like, thank God. And I thank God for like being here as well, because I was close to God, and now I feel closer to God.
Oh, JJ!
I want to thank God because last year I was at an old school, and academically I wasn't performing well. I got to the point where my teacher actually called me stupid. So I moved halfway through this year. I moved to a new school, and then we did a test. And then it turned out when we got the test back, I got 93%.
Praise God. Praise God. So my testimony today is similar to Dan's in the sense that obviously it was our results day today, and I got accepted into university. And one thing, like education-wise, that even my parents didn't know. It's just really like my friends and children. Even since even GCSE times, I remember I said it in our Bible session thing that maths was something that I was good at, but when it comes to tests, I'll always struggle. And this was in my GCSE. So then it got to one day where, and on top of that I wasn't revising as well. So it got to one day where it was break time and we were all outside. And then I happened to come in like 5 minutes early so I could get my bottle from my class and fill it up with water. So as I came in, I saw my maths teacher and 2 others like from the maths department talking. So I was like, oh, like I heard them say my name, so I was like, let me just hear what they're saying. And they didn't know I was there, and my maths teacher was literally talking to them like, oh yeah, like Joe is just gonna flop. Like I don't even see him, even if we put him for foundation, I don't even see him getting a C. Like he's gonna flop. So I was gonna walk away, but then I was like, actually no, I'm not having that. So I went over to today. And sorry, last thing as well. I want to thank God as well for allowing me to come to camp, and I thank God for Sister Boss's life who told me about it. Because like before coming, I was actually worried about my results. I was so worried. And then the first night, when you guys said we should pray, asking God what we want, because that was a message. And at first, I was praying for my results, but then like something came into my head. It was like, you have a sister at home that needs prayer, and you're praying for your results. So I started praying for her. Then every day since, I was just praying for her. And then something told me last night that because I'd been doing that because I was selfless and I put her above me, that God was going to answer my prayers anyway. So I thank God for answering my prayers.
Reverend Emma.
I want to thank God because not only did He give me the grace to achieve the grades that I needed, He gave me the grace to do way better. Because throughout this whole year, I actually thought I was done out here. I thought I was finished. And I'll tell you there's 2 main reasons. It's not even small. Like, now looking back on the whole thing, it was actually quite deep. For example, the first one was my timetable, the exam timetable that they gave me, they did not fit in the exam that I had on a day. So I had 3 exams on one day, one that I did not know about. So I had no resources to no resources to revise for it on the day. So imagine just doing an exam you didn't know about. I thought the exam was a whole week after, so I was a whole week less prepared. But by God's grace, it looks like I've done what I needed to do. And also, you know when you're there and you think about what you're going to say, just forget it all. Secondly, I do politics. It's already not an easy subject. And throughout this year, I just feel like they have not been taking me seriously. Not me as personally, me, my whole class. Ask my sister how many times I said I'm not going in today. She'll ask why. I said because I have a new teacher. I did not have a permanent teacher at one stage in this year. No permanent teachers. And no teachers cared at all as well. But because of God, you see, the world has a weird way of balancing things out. Oh my God. Because as I had those disadvantages, like now looking back, I can see that I also had a great power on my side, and that was God. Like this whole week, if you ask anyone, we were having a conversation. Someone said, I spoke about praying, you know the water, the 6 a.m. prayer. I talked about praying for my results, and I'm not going to say who it was, but someone said, do you actually think no, obviously she's a believer, she said, do you actually think that you can change something that's already written, because obviously the results are already written on paper. And I said, there's something about it, like the way I've been praying, like, who has heard me say, I started praying last week, since I've been here? I started praying last week, and it's a habit that I've already picked up, that when I do it so wholeheartedly. Like 6 a.m. I woke up Jordan. I was screaming. It took me 20 minutes to make him stand up. I said, let's pray. I can't sing. I can sing for you girls. I can sing. I can't sing. And I was singing at the top of my voice. The walls are thin and I knew it and I'm conscious about it. And I was singing at the top of my voice. And I guess it's just a thing where like, oh, one more thing. I'm not a visionary. Like, I've been trying to be, seriously, but one thing I've said to everyone was when we were comparing ourselves to each other was, I thought you guys, like, when I look at you, I see fire. As in there's a burning sensation inside you, like you have so much passion, and I haven't seen it before, and it's like, I was curious to understand what it is. Does that make sense? But by the grace of God, I think it's in me too now. One more thing. Pelumi, I told you the other day that, remember when I was so tired, we stay up all the time by the way, not this evening, we stay up all the time. I told her that I was seeing a cross and fire, but I didn't explain to her, I saw fire around the cross. It's not like the cross was on fire. And now looking back, I think I understand what it means. It's like, your passion for the love of your God has to be so burning. Like, he can actually make anything possible. Me, I'm not optimistic, no, in fact, I'm not pessimistic, but I'm rarely optimistic. If you ask Daniel, even until today, I'm calm and collected, but I was scared. Me and Daniel, we woke up at 10 on the dot, which is already peculiar, I knew it was a weird day. 10 on the dot, Daniel says, you know what, let's go. So we go, we stand up now, go to find the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah, Wi-Fi. Please. Anyway, Dan, I don't know what kind of super technology hands he has, but he went to the website in 2 seconds, and all you hear is, yeah! And he's so selfless, he doesn't even understand it. He was like, Emmanuel, your turn. I was like, no, get out. Because in me, although once your belief in God is so strong, you actually should not feel any doubt at all. You shouldn't. But I'm smart enough to understand that I'm not perfect and I still have things to grow on. And that's one of them, obviously. And by the grace of God, I started shouting too. We were shouting together. Shout out, Dan. I just want to thank God because I'm not done out here. Yeah? And I'm praying none of you will be done out here too.
I would like to thank God for my life. There's a Yoruba word, phrase that says, I don't know how to say it properly, but Kiko Je Kiki Ahon Kotola Chini Papa Logo. Yes, so I'd like to thank God because I haven't told anyone, but twice this year I was nearly in an accident. One in London and one when I was coming back from work. I was in London and I was walking, it was the green walking man light, and I was walking, then one of my items dropped on the floor, so I tried picking it up, and I just hear something driving fast, and I had to quickly pick up my item, then run to the other side of the road, and I saw a van just drive past me, and I like to thank God that He protected me then. When I was coming back from work, I was in my friend's car, and all of a sudden, it was like the road got slippery, and we were going past a roundabout, and the roundabout leads to a motorway, so we were going past it, and all of a sudden his tires just started sliding around everywhere, and because on that way it's like a two-way road, so it has two sides. So we were going and there's a barrier bit. So when we were going, the car was just inches away from hitting the barrier, and my friend was able to quickly turn and keep the car straight. So I'd like to thank God for my life. I'd like to thank God for my family's life as well, because we've been going through a lot for the past few years, and I thank God that He's been keeping us strong even though we've been weak. Some people know the situation that we're going through, but I like to thank God that they're here supporting us physically, mentally and spiritually, and I would like to thank God for all their lives. May God accept my family.
Toby, I actually wasn't going to come up today, but similar to Esther, something that's egging me on. Many of you know who I am. You know I'm one of the luckiest guys around. I made a covenant with God, I think 6 years ago now, and I said, I'm going to come up and give thanks. And if every year I continue to come up and give thanks, you're going to constantly keep on giving me something to give thanks for. And I mean, I'm not going to go into details, but every single year there's been something that I've been able to give thanks for, so I just like to give thanks to my Lord. Although many of you know me and I like to keep, a happy face on and everything, and I think everything's going fine, you see on my face. This last year has actually been really, really tough. I started a new job this time last year, and my mum will tell you that sometimes where I work, this stuff is tough. They'll have you working till 2 a.m, 3 a.m. every day for weeks on end. And I just remember the times around this time last year where I was on the phone to my mum at 4 a.m. crying, saying, can't do this. Like I can't do this anymore. But God just kept, you know, He kept me going and He kept me pushing through. So, you know, I made it through my first year, and I just like to give a big thanks to God.
Praise God. Obviously, knowing today, I'm obviously come to talk about the same thing that Joel, Evan, and Dan has already said. But I just want to go a bit more into detail. Like, similar to Emmanuel, I've literally for two of my subjects, for science and for ICT, for both of them together, just for sixth form, I've had like, just call it like 6 different teachers, 6 or 7 different teachers. So that in itself was challenging. And then, now I had 2 ICT teachers at one point. One of them I liked, Mr. Hendy, he was nice. And the other one was Miss Lockie, who, praise God for her life, isn't it? But yeah, and so then eventually, it got whittled down to just one. And of course they didn't pick the one we liked, it was Miss Lockie. Now, for ICT, you get 2 chances at each exam. And the first one we did in year 12, databases, was a controlled assessment. It was literally in our year, year 12, there was about how many people did it? Like, let's just say 50 people. Literally 2 people passed it that first time. So then the time was coming back, we had the resit in May, the one that's just gone, and 2 weeks before it, me, Joel, and my friend Monday, we were sitting down, only 3 black kids in our class, I just want to say. We were sitting there, literally getting on, because we knew if we didn't do this, like, that's it for us, yeah. Cracking on, she comes over, she was like, can I speak to you 3 quickly? No. So we're like, okay, like cool. Now, we sit down, she goes, well, I don't know if you know this, but I was speaking to Miss Lovett, the head of the year, earlier, and she was asking how it's going with the class. And she was like, yeah, it's fine. She was like, are you confident everyone's going to pass? She said yes, apart from 3 people. Obviously, it was us 3. So straight away, I got angry. I was like, what? She was like, oh, if you don't want to hear the words I have to say, walk away. I was like, shut up. And then, I'm coming. And then, like, when I went away, like an hour later, she tried coming back being nice, like, oh, don't take offense to what I said. Started speaking rubbish. I just want to thank God because she spoke rubbish. She spoke rubbish. Thank God.
So basically, I want to thank God for my life, and I want to thank God for my family's life. Because my family has been through a lot of things this year. He's given us the strength to go through the thick and thin. And I want to thank God for this family's life. Because I feel like every time I'm with you guys, every year in youth camp, I feel like God is answering my prayers and everyone's prayers here. So I love you all. So, when I started year 8, I was student at science. When it came to end of the exam, I was struggling to revise. So this part I revised, got bare post-it put in my room, like everywhere in my room. But in the because you know how there's always like a what's it called? There's always a pre-test. I didn't get as good as I was meant to. I was meant to get to. Obviously, I was angry because if I don't get good then, and I'm in top set. I don't know how I'm in top set in science, but yeah. In the end of the exams, I got one of the best grades in my year. I just want to say thank you for everything done in my life. And in my basically because I play football, at one point I got injured and I couldn't play. I had to stop for a month. When they told me, I started crying in the hospital, and and I thank God that He healed my injury. And at that point, I had an important match because I was on trial for Norwich. So then after, I don't know how I was injured. I was playing with an injury, and that I thank God I didn't get released then, and I'm still there. So I just want to thank God for everything done in my life.
Praise the Lord. I didn't know that. Alright, so cool. I'm now 17, and I feel like this math game just started when I was 15. So the first week I ever came, I didn't want to come. The sister was supposed to be still saying, "Oh, it's late, but moment then people finally said, yeah, you're coming." So honestly, I finally came, and I didn't take it as serious as I should have. I didn't really ask for anything. I just thought maybe it's come for the sake of coming. So cool. First day of the 11. I got in trouble. What is it at school? I got in trouble outside the school, but the school that I found it out. And I remember the last lesson of my day, my head of year came and said, "I want you." So obviously my heart is doing boom, 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 boom. So I said to him, "Oh, where are we going?" He said, "Don't worry, we'll see." So we're walking, we go to the teacher's office now. And obviously we walk in, there's head teacher, there's police officer, there's just my heart is just getting yay. So obviously they're just talking, and there was just a man that I won't go to this out. And so obviously I came home, the head teacher said, "Oh cool, I have to tell your mum." My heart said, no, I'll tell her. So I get home before my mum, before everyone, I write a letter, left on her bed, I went to church. And so obviously my sisters, they came to church as well. And my mum finally comes, so she's trying to call my friend. I don't pick up, they call Sister Beaches, they say, "What happened?" They're explaining, and I'm just scared, I'm just there shivering, I'm just there, it's long. So this is the first day of the 11, and cool, so I'm just going to 11, I thought, like, this year's going to be long. And the day after, my mum woke me up, my alarm goes up at 7:15, my second school was at 15 minutes down the road, my alarm goes up at 7:15, my mum's waking up at 6:45, she said, "Sam, come." I said, "Yes." She said, "I couldn't sleep last night." She said, "I was just scared about you, that I might not have actually seen you yesterday." So I said, in my heart thinking that, "No, I can't do this for my mum." I said, "No, this year is for my mum." So went to secondary school now, blah blah blah. I was doing computer science, I hated it in my chest. I said, "No, like, I couldn't do it." So I said to my teacher, "Can I change?" I had to bring Sister Beaches like 3 times. The teacher was saying, "Oh, he's a rare student, he can't do it." I said, "No, I can't do it." So I find in like November, December, I changed to ICT. This one's 2 years. So yeah, I started ICT now, and I'm bearing in mind that behind that whole 2 years, there's coursework, there's actual work I need to find out. So cool, I finally get to the class now. It gets to like February, I'm just banging course, I'm head of the class, everyone I left there, they're all just doing slow. So I did the best subject, so I'm revising, and PE, I love PE, but I didn't revise for it. I did my exams, blah, and I passed 9 GCSEs. But the one exam I didn't pass was PE, and I thought, like, maybe because I didn't revise in it, so I thought God is just warning me, like, be careful. So I was going to college now, and the college only needed 5 8 officers. So I thought, I got 9, that's easy, sweet. And I wanted to be A-level PE, so I thought, like, this is long. I find out now that, you don't even need GCSE PE. So I thought, alright, cool, right, thank you, Lord. And I just thank God because I'm just so grateful. Like, my sisters know that I don't pray, I just go drum, I go to drum, leave, and I'm just doing all right at home. And I'll just be doing nonsense on the day before the Sunday, and I'm thinking, and I just thank God for just everyone around. I thank God for my big sister, because she knows that even through college right now, I'm just crying saying, I can't do this, I'm scared for you, I don't want to do this. I'm just thinking, like, this is all on. And I just thank God for this week, she's little, my Esther, like, even though she's a headache, like, I love both of them to bits, and I just thank my mom, I just thank everyone here as well, like, you know, like, even though I don't talk, I'm just hype, I'm just smiling, just shaking everywhere. And, yeah, I just thank everyone, I thank God, I just thank, yeah.
So, I'll start. So in year 8, oh, by the way, I'm 15, guys. No. In year 8, you have like every subject, like you study for every subject. But then in year 9, you have to pick like options. So year 8, I had history. Then I was back to my teacher because there's a thing called fast track. So in year 9, like for GCSE you pick history and geography. So I was doing good in geography. Like I've been getting like grade 8s. Like I've been doing so good. But then when I go to history, I've been getting grade 5s, like grade 4s, and my teacher was like, yeah, you can't do that. Like, you can't do fast track. I don't think you're capable of doing it. Like the work that we do is like, it's high, but you know, like, he didn't expect me to do well. So fast forward to 2 years time. In year 10, I had mocks like a couple of months ago. So I picked history, engineering, drama, French. Engineering I did quite well in, but I want to do aerospace engineering. Quite hard, but you know. So for history, what's good? Like at first I was shivering my pants, let me be honest. Like, but I was like, I haven't been preparing as such. But then I go sit down, the invigilators, is that what you call them? Yeah, they're just telling you the rules, how long you have. So I was just there. I was just like, yo, what's this about? So I opened the test. Then like, I straight away, I saw the question and I was like, yeah, I know what to write. Like I've heard of this, like I know what to write. And like, the funny thing is, I finished the test so early as well than everyone else. Like, I thought, oh, let me go check it again. But I finished it so early. So, like 2 weeks later, after the mock's done, what's it called? Long story short, I got an A star. So I want to thank God because, like, he gave me the motivation, like, he didn't let me down here, like, he was there for me when I was revising. He didn't let me get distracted by other people. And yeah, just praise God.
I'm not going to give thanks for myself, but I just want to give thanks to my mum, dad. Because like, I'm not going to lie, she's my best friend, I can't lie to you. I think my mum's the best actor because like, she feels like the biggest, strongest face on. This shit kind of been kind of tight still. But kind of done up this year. When I came youth camp this year, I think, I'm not going to lie, I just want to thank my old brother, or my dad, my new brothers.
Thank my sisters.
My little sisters. Yeah, my sisters. I'm told. Like all of them. I just want to thank everyone, yeah. But like, this year, I'm not going to thank my, even though I need to, but I just want to thank you guys. Thank you.
So, it's 7, I start secondary school, and I found out, that, what's it called, I was in set 1 for maths, and there's 6 sets, I was in set 1 maths, set 2 English, and set 2 science, and then, like, in year 8, I found out that I was in set 5 science, for maths I was in set 5, and English I was spot set. So yeah, that really I didn't really take it well. It motivated me for the next 2 years. And then year 11, I'll say that year 11 I tried I started praying more. I started getting closer to God because of last year's youth camp. So yeah, then obviously I was in what's it called? They changed it to 8 sets now, and I'm in set
I was in set, for maths I was in set 3, English I was set 4, and science I was set, I can't remember about science. Yeah, so I thank God because obviously I've improved and I've passed. Also, I thank God for my sister's life, Rachel, because throughout secondary school I've been going through so much, but I'm not going to say. Yeah, I've been going through so much, and everything I go through I tell my sister, and like she's there for me.
Secondary school was tough for me and my family. And my first year in secondary school, I failed everything. Second year, I did the same. My mom and dad would cry at work. And in my third year, I failed my mocks. I just want to thank the Lord that I did well in my final exam for my third year. When I got my results, I went to the bathroom instantly and I cried because that's the first time I've actually done so well in school. And time I was actually ready to tell my dad, the worst part was that he got my result before me. So I just want to thank the Lord for that. I just want to thank the Lord for my dad as well, because my dad's a very hard working man. He'll leave to work at 5 p.m. and come back at 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. Depends. I hear a knock at the door and it'll be him. And then he advised me to sit down in the kitchen talk about. My dad is just an amazing man, honestly. We don't really talk. I don't really get on well with my dad because of my results back then, but my dad's been my best friend, like a big brother to me. He'd advise me every morning, every night. I believe in you, I know what you can do, I know your ability, and I know you can do it. And I just want to thank God for my dad, my brother, my sister, my mom. I thank the Lord for them, especially my little sister. I'll be studying, I'll be on my phone, go say me take your phone away, because she knows that I have the ability to do well, but my phone is a distraction to me, and she'll tell me, no, actually take your phone away. And I really love my sister. She's annoying, but I love my sister. I just thank the Lord.
The Bible says that we defeat the devil by the word of our testimony, as well as the blood of the Lamb. But I just want to thank God because the last 3 weeks has actually just changed my life 360 completely. I want to thank Him for 2 major things. I want to thank Him because He allowed me to graduate uni with success. I actually got the best grades I could ever imagine. Thank God for that. And also, when we came camp last year, they said we should just ask God for one thing we want. I told God that I didn't really want to look for a job for too long after graduation, because that process is just long and I can't be bothered. Real talk, man. But yeah, funnily enough, 2 days before my graduation, I had an interview. And I've already been to like loads of interviews that was they were not taking. What am I doing though? It was actually the one I went to. I got to the interview at 9 o'clock, and by 9:10 the guy just sent me out like, but he wasn't even taking any questions I had. I was like, I don't know what God is doing, but I know like testimony Thursday I'm gonna come in front of you to be friends. Then 2 days before my graduation, I went to an interview. It was about 4 hours. Trust me, like after the interview I could not even feel my throat because it was so dry I couldn't even talk. But
Yeah, and come the day after my graduation, I'm on my sofa just talking to my brother, and I got a call immediately the day after my graduation that I actually got the job I was looking for. I want to thank God for the people that He uses in our midst as well, because if they're not in the position where they are, they wouldn't be able to provide the opportunities that I myself am benefiting from. So I just want to thank God for their lives and the life of everyone here as well. May God continue to bless us all. Amen.
Thank you.
Hallelujah. I would like to thank God for work. I thank God because I got a new job at the start of this year. I thank God just for positioning me, because I remember after I secured my job and I had a chat with my new manager, she was like, I don't have any of the skills that she was looking for when she was looking for someone to work for her. But she just said that she liked my personality and my character. And I thank God just because I know it's the grace of God on my life. I want to thank God for my parents, especially my mum, because my mum has been able to come to youth camp this year. I thank God for all of you especially, because you know the grace over my life has been such that even when my life doesn't proclaim the things I say, it should proclaim with my mouth. I thank God because His grace has been sufficient. And I thank all of you for accepting me how I am, because I haven't always been the man I am today, and I pray I'll continue to increase in God. But I thank God because even when I was, you know, significantly worse than JJ, and significantly worse than a lot of us here, I thank you guys for, you know, having patience with me. I think because I know I step on a lot of people's toes, and I know I've fought with a few of you, and you know we've all had our times with each other. But I thank each of you just for taking me as I am and allowing me to mature in God. May the Lord accept my thanks.
Thank you, Lord, for my life, that my hair's grown back.
Thank you.
My sister life, school hair. I thank you, Lord. This year, God has done it for me.
Amen.
But this year, I nearly died. It's time ago. I was in the hospital. In the hospital, when I was sick, I had a little blood pressure. But God has done it. So God did for me. Like, was just there for me.
Thank you.
But God can just do it.
Well, I just like to thank God for everything He's done. I also like to give special thanks to people before I tell my story. I like to thank Moses over there. He's actually helped me a lot. Since I met the guy, he's actually changed my life a lot. This guy has been. I also like to thank Uncle Omar, girls, the boys, everyone as well. So my story, it goes back to year 9 because in year 7 I went to a school called UAE, and it wasn't really a serious school because I used to mess around a lot. So I was a joker, but in that school I knew I wouldn't really do that one like GCSEs. So then I moved to an all-boys school called STAP. And and basically in that school, when I came to that school, in year 9, there have been people from year 7 to year 9 that we had basically had the old GCSEs in year 10, and I had to revise only for 1 year. Since I came in year 9. So basically, when we did our first test, I didn't really take it seriously. So we all had a test. So I think 130 of us. I was part of the 50 people that got grade 1. And it was grade 1, yeah, it was terrible. Some people got grades like that. But then like after like the year when I came to year 10, I got like more serious and I started like properly revising. Like I actually enjoyed revising, like I was motivated. I don't know what happened, it was just special. I think it was a little bit of God and like me actually having reasons to do it. But then after we had like our mocks and like I came like out like before I was lost. But then in my mocks I came 11 and I got 5+ out of 130 students. So I came 11 out of everyone in year 10.
Let's wrap it up. Oh, one more.
I want to thank God because since my first year at youth camp, I feel so welcome here. I feel really reconnected to God because before I just whatever, I didn't think about church. I went to church, but I was just there. I didn't join really in. But this youth camp already, I just feel so because you feel so welcome. You feel like family now. I also want to thank God because I was in an accident like this Saturday. I got hit by a car. I want to thank God because I was just lucky enough to still be here. And all I came out was a bruised leg, so I just want to thank God. Thank you,
Praise God. We're never so testifying to Jesus. Amen. So, guy, I'm leaving today, but honestly, I thank God for my life. I thank God for you guys, my family. I thank God for my family back home. I thank God for allowing me to be in the midst of such beautiful, blessed saints. You guys won't understand why I'm so grateful. You probably don't know the fullness of my story, but just know that I'm grateful. What I've learned just being here since yesterday.
Let's wrap up and now. Let me just say to everybody that don't be on the outside of what God is doing in this season. Listen up carefully. Don't be on the outside of what God is doing in this season. My encouragement to everybody is that if you're going through anything at this time and you haven't had an opportunity to give a testimony, know that you have to go through something to get to something. For the tough time that you're going through, know that there's a testimony on the end by His grace. And at the same time, it's encouragement to everybody that don't be on the outside of this family. It's like what Jesus told them to tell Herod when they said that, will you be here tomorrow? He said, go and tell that fox that I'll be here today, I'll be here tomorrow, and I'll be here the day after. So it's a message to you that camp won't stop anytime soon. We'll be here today, we'll be here tomorrow, we'll be here the year after. But my encouragement to you is that if you leave for a second and come back, somebody else may have taken your spot by then. Summer Camp 2018, think about the anointing and the power you had at Summer Camp with Jake Hurt, with Jordan Joel, Aaron, Pelumi, Brother Wale. God will hear me back. Reverend Devon. But actually, he studies politics, so go for man. So my encouragement to everybody is don't be on the outside of what God is doing here. Be a part of this next year. In fact, not next year. By the time that the organizers start encouraging you and asking you to come to camp, don't say I'm not coming. Because the truth is that the answer might be okay, and then you'll miss out on what God is doing in this place and you've lost your spot. We all heard the testimony don't let anything distract you throughout the year. That's my encouragement to everybody. The organisers have been fantastic. They work so hard, and I think Auntie's going to give us the closing message tomorrow anyway. But they work so hard. This is August, isn't it? By next month, we would have sat down planning camp 2019 already. It's the truth. So don't be on the outside of what God is doing. God works in wonderful ways. No matter what you're going through, He's working on your situation. No matter how bleak it looks, He's working on you. We don't want to spend too much time in today's service because the organisers, we still need to put our heads together and figure out what time we're going to have night vigil because of our neighbours here. But it's an encouragement to everybody that don't be on the outside of what God is doing. Everyone's testimony is a sharpened mind, and I've shared my story for people in the past. This year I was made redundant, lost my job. Then they paid me for a month to sit at home, to sit on the bench, but in due time, God did His work. So it's an encouragement for everybody that don't worry about the situation. And at the same time, a problem shared is a problem solved. Tell somebody that you trust. Tell somebody that can actually help you as well. Don't just share it with somebody that is just going to be, oh, that's a cool story, bro. Share it with somebody that can actually really help you. And God will keep blessing each and every one of us and leave us there. At the same time, I believe we're going to go into prayer now. Sister Yemi will give us the prayers to be there. And in short time, we're going to have a break. We have visual later today. What I'm going to say is this: we should also remember those that wanted to come for some reason, one reason or another, but something just stopped them from coming. I believe that. And in fact, at the same time, we mustn't be, I don't want to say thieves, but we mustn't loot God's house. You know, at times, many people, they will ask God for something, they'll receive it, and you'll never see them again. Don't be like that. Your testimony can help somebody else. Your story can help somebody else. Like Brother Gabriel said. And in fact, I feel as if it's all making sense now because I'm in the midst of champions. I'm in the midst of people that God is working on. And the older we get, we're becoming rich. We're aging like wine and not like milk. We're becoming rich and our value is becoming higher the older we get. And we're creating opportunities for each other. And in fact, we just pray that God keeps this family together as He can in Jesus' name. So don't be on the outside of what God is doing. And also, I guess for everybody, as basic as this may sound, throughout the year, behave yourself. So you won't miss out on what's happening here. Behave yourself most especially so you don't miss out on what God is doing here. Make sure that your life reflects as it should here. No jumping off walls, no truanting, and none of that. No being rude to your teachers, so you don't give a testimony and say, I was rude to my teacher, but thank God you made it through. That's an empty testimony. Not to put anybody down, but there's a need for me as a big brother to make sure that I let you know that there's an expectation of your behavior. Are you with me? It's pro quo. It's standard for us to get into university. That's what we want. That's standard. We want to begin to infiltrate countries now. Our mind needs to be open. There's so much for us to do. That person that gets into university is basic level. We need to get higher now. Because the Bible says that God is able to do above, and what's the next word? Exceedingly above. Now, He's able to do above and beyond, Shah. Take it like that. He's able to do above and beyond what we can think and what we can pray. It's more or less the same anyway. He can do exceedingly and abundantly above. So this is only the beginning. Did we hear the message yesterday, this morning, that God is going to take camp to different countries? Yeah. So 2020, Dubai, anyone? Yeah. Dubai? Someone camp in Dubai, anybody? Yeah. Right. So God is able to do much more than we can think of. God is able to do much more than we can think of. Imagine it, just for a second, I don't want to guess anyone, but imagine it, right? That we've had 6 days in camp like this, and then we say, okay, for the last 3 days, we're going to go and do it in Dubai. That would be so incredible. So incredible. You know what? God can do it. Don't worry. God can do it. Anyway, let's have our prayer here. God will bless each and every one in Jesus' name. Let's have our prayer.